Hey, welcome to Cabin Fever. I'm Jake Berry, and today from Stark County we have from Rio Grande City High School, Leo Mireles. Coach Mireles, welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you for having me. Man, I'm excited that I'm here to be able to reach out and touch some of the kids and some of our people in our community.
Now, Coach, you had an awesome season for your first season over there. You know, you really lit a fire in that town. What was it like?
Man, it was a true blessing. I mean, it's one of those stories like those movies that you watch where everything goes right, and I'm very fortunate that I was able to be part of that. And the kids were awesome, the community was awesome, and admins and everybody.
You know, when you came over previously, you were at Laredo United, right?
United, yes, sir.
Yeah. Sorry, I was about to say the other school, which I don't know if you guys want to hear Alexander, but
I was there also. I was there also for 8 years. So.
oh, that's right, you were. You
Yes,
know
sir.
what was that like? Because you're coming from where United's got what is it? You guys have about 5,000, 6,000 kids in there.
4,000 ish.
Yeah, and then you go to Rio. Sorry, I was because when we used to play them in basketball, I used to say, "Oh, they had 6,000 kids." It justifies losing to them, but
Yeah, I
when,
didn't want to
when
say that, but
but when you came over, what was that like? Because you have so many players to choose from there, and then you go to Rio. It's still a 5A school, but you don't have that luxury of having that much depth.
correct. And I'm not trying to sandbag with United, but I know it's 4,400 kids, but not everybody plays. Not a lot of kids came out, but we did have a lot more than at Rio Grande City, by all means. Yeah, you really have to do your homework now and be able to make sure you put the kids in the right spot. We still did a lot of the same stuff that we did at United as far as um, what we kind of do is we already have an idea or a mold of what we want, let's say for the defensive end position or the linebacker or the safeties. So when we got there and I was able to bring Coach Laudiano with me from over there, um, we already had an idea of what we wanted to do with the kids. So it was able to, to work really well as far as share kids and put them in the right spots. And I was very fortunate that we had a real group of kids that, they wanted change and they wanted to win. So they always say, I know you've been playing receiver, but we need you this year at safety and stuff like that. They took it with a good head on themselves and went all in.
And when you got there, what was the feeling like when you first got there? I mean, brand new coach, but you're from well, kind of from there. You went to Roma, correct?
Yes, sir.
You know,
Yes. Go ahead.
well, no, what was that like? Because you're coming from Laredo over. Did they accept you right away? Because there's a growing phase. When you come over.
Are we talking about the community or are we talking about the kids?
Well,
Um,
let's community first.
yeah, it was really good because even though I'm from Roma, Rio Grande is 14-mile drive, and we're real close. And then at Rio, at this point, right now, a lot of people that were in high school during my time, my 4 years there, be older or younger than I am, are already in the administrative or teachers or something in the community as far as attorneys and stuff like that, store managers and stuff. So I see them a lot in Rio Grande City. And of course, like I said, my mom still lives in Roma, so I'm in Roma once in a while. So bumping into my old coaches and teachers and seeing some of them. My chemistry teacher is teaching in Rio Grande City now, and also my algebra teacher. So it was great. It was fun, catching up and I know for them, me growing up and not being as talkative in class is something different for them. With the kids, it went well because a lot of those kids, either at one point or another, either played with their dad or uncles or whatever it was, or played against them. So they had an idea of where I came from. They understood that I'm from Starr County and stuff like that. Um, So it went well. Of course, you know you're going to have your kids that are loyal to the old head coach, which is normal, and I understand that. I know when I went from Nixon to Alexander, from Alexander to United, you replace the coach, and they're going to be loyal to their old coach, which is good, and I can deal with that. I know I had my kids that were loyal to me and stuff like that, but in the end, we all had a common plan that we wanted change and we wanted to win, and my biggest goal was to put Rio back on the map and get them in the playoffs, and we were fortunate enough that it all went well, and it was awesome.
Yeah, you went 9-2 last year, 8-1 in district, and you had a lot of naysayers kind of eating crow at the end of the year. I'm one of them, but you know, now looking at next year, brand new district. What was your take on that? Especially when you went to realignment and they kind of dropped that hammer at first.
Yeah, like I tell everyone, it was a true blessing. I really, really feel that way, because this is my business, this is my little world. So I felt, I was coming from a 10-team district, 9 games. That's crazy. And I know there was a talk about the zoning, District 16, which was even worse than that, because you're talking about all these 11 teams fighting for, and you're technically fighting for 2 spots, because they'll break it down into 2 groups and fighting for 2 spots where everybody else has their own district fighting for 4 spots. So I know with Coach Campbell, when he was in Brandeis, he went through that tough times and he didn't like it and stuff like that. So I was not looking forward to that. There was talk, and I ended up being in Corpus at that time for the realignment, that there was a big chance we were going to be over there. And knowing that, that district swept us last year in the playoffs. I mean, what can I say about that? They're real good teams over there, and but we had to do what we have to do, and we were ended up over there. There are things that we can't control, and we're just gonna, play the hand we were dealt and go there. But when it came out and we ended up over here, and I'm not trying to badmouth anybody in my new district, but it's a lot less teams. So 17 districts, 6 games. So hopefully we're on the right side and we win two games, gets us back in the playoffs. I thought that was big. And me, Jay, I'm not a person that's going to settle for just being mediocre and stuff. But I know that at least we give our kids an opportunity that we get back in the playoffs. In the history of Rio Grande City, it's only happened twice that Rio goes to the back-to-back playoff appearances. Happened the 84-85 season, and then 98-99 season. Since then, they've never been able to go back-to-back. I know those are some of the goals that we've set, or that we were talking about before this thing hit. And, so we're excited to be in the new district, a little bit more driving, but like I tell the kids, we're not the one driving, and we can sleep on the way back.
Now, when you look at your district, you're going to be playing the San Antonio Southwest and Legacy, and you guys, and Southside, yeah, and you got some familiar faces because you're going to be playing. Where's it at? Right here, Sigurdo and Martin, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
and
so,
also
and Eagle Pass.
correct.
Eagle Pass win. Sorry. Hey, so there's some familiarity there. So it's not like you're going into uncharted waters.
Correct. I actually, other than coach that I just met at from Legacy, the new head coach the head coach at Legacy and Southside, Coach Elliott, and he already retired from Southwest. They were at one point, they were in the Laredo district for a while. So when he was there, the offensive coordinators, Coach Bradford, Coach Bradford was the OC in '99 when Coach Lopez came to Roma. And that's where I met him. So we've always kept tabs. So we're familiar with the Southwest people. Eric at Eagle Pass, when he was the OC, and at Eagle Pass High for a while. So I've known him since then. And then he was the head coach at Wynn. And then at one point, Wynn was part of the Laredo district in the 6A district. So I know him from there. Coach Hine at Cigarroa. Man, he's my brother over there. We've known each other for forever, and we go way back. We still, before the social distancing, we'd get together in town here and stuff like that. So he was at United. I actually replaced him from when he got the head baseball job at LBJ. So I replaced him. So there were some kids that were loyal to him. So, I mean, we all go through that. And then, of course, and David Charles over there at Martin. Again, I've known him since he was the head coach at Wynn, then left to be the OC at Del Rio, and now he's at Martin. So, yeah, there's a familiarity in it.
And so, smaller district, so you get to have more of a non-district schedule this year. Who's your non-district schedule?
We start off with Roma. That's always the Stark County battle. Then we'll play Laredo LBJ with Poncho Calderon over there. Then we play Coach Stambach with the Hidalgo Pirates. Excited. And we'll finish off our non-district schedule with Laredo Alexander.
Oh, wow. So you're going to face some stiff competition right away.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we have a real nice schedule. It's going to get our kids are going to grow up, or we're going to find out real quick where we're at.
So I got to ask this because, when you go to Stark County and like the Roma Rio game, intense. It doesn't matter what Roma's putting on the field or what Rio's putting on the field. It just seems like those games are going to be competitive regardless.
Yes, sir.
What was the did anybody put any added pressure on you when you first came in? They're like, hey, you better beat them.
Yeah, and that was normal. And we'd have people from Roma say that, hey, you better let us win and stuff like that. And then some people from the community, and they'd be like, hey, I heard you're going to throw the game, that you're going to let Roma win and stuff like that. And, I would laugh, and I didn't know they were serious or not. At times I thought they were serious, or they had heard that stuff. But like I would tell them, hey, it's my job. I like my job. I want to keep my job. There's no way I'm going to throw a game. That ain't going to happen.
You go 8-1 in district, and over there, we joked around earlier in the year when Alex had his show, like, do they name a street after you, kind of stuff like that. What was the craziest thing that happened to you last year?
I don't know. I can't right now, top of my head. Crazy. Nothing. I mean, since the very beginning, Rio was very receptive, and they treated me like family from the beginning. Administration was awesome. Mr. Pena does a great job helping me with what we need and stuff like that. And the community was excited. Like I said, it was a local guy, even though I didn't graduate from Rio, but somebody coming back. And so they were excited, and it went well off. I mean, yes, I'd have some free lunches here and there. And it was awesome, like I said. But, like at that country store, I had them before. I had them in the summer when I barely got there. They treated me right, and they still do. Rio, I have nothing bad to say. They've treated me great. I love it. Can't complain.
All right, now you guys were one of the first districts to close down because of the coronavirus. What was that like for you as far as working? Because you didn't get any. You're not getting any extra time with your kids, like most coaches. But what was it like? Because you guys were the first ones to kind of step up and do that.
Yeah, our superintendent, Ms. Garza, she decided to do that, and we of course support her in everything that's happened. And as you see right now, eventually everybody's going in that same direction. She's in that position that's got to make that decision for the whole district, and she knows the numbers, what's going on in our community. She knows it best. So I thought it was a good decision, and we supported her. As far as the football stuff, yes, we are football coaches, and yes, we want to be with the kids and all that stuff. But at times we got to step back and we got to be human and say, hey, I'm not only your coach, but I'm here, as a friend, whatever you need. Because I know I know I do have some kids right now that they're migrant workers, and they did have to leave up north. And I know we have kids that not only football players, but kids in our school that really are worried on how mom and dad are going to pay the bills. So me telling our kids to work out and stuff like that right now, I always feel that you start posting those videos, everybody wants to ante up one more than you. Okay, we did workout plus, I don't know, something else, and we're hiring this one dude to train him in the park. And you know, I would hate to have to go bury one of my kids, definitely, because we have no idea. I don't think nobody does how serious this can happen or how it's going to react to each and every student. So I remember during my track days when I spoke with one of this Olympic trainer, he would say, you go 2 weeks off without doing anything, you're going to lose everything that you've worked for. So if one of our kids gets sick because I want him to go catch a ball or go flip tires with somebody else, and he goes 15 days without doing anything because he's sick, it's quarantine, I mean, we're back at square one. Boyd Epley always talks about, when he was with Nebraska, he said, you don't win championships, in August when they were killing him during two-a-days. I think we get into it. This year I'm very fortunate that we have 4 non-district games to get our kids ready to go. And as long as we prepare and get better every week and prepare for district, and I'm going to be okay, as long as nobody dies on me or has a family member, with that. I think those are the more important things. Do we keep in contact with the kids? We do. We've been I've been real close with Mr. Pena right now, and I know we're trying to meet with the TA minutes as far as they finish up and get their credits, I think, right now. But we'll meet by position with our position players, and on that Zoom meetings, we'll meet with our coaches and stuff like that, just like the majority of the great staffs here in Texas.
And looking at your team for next year, what do you bring back? Because you go 9-2, people are going to expect things. How are you guys looking?
We bring the majority of our guys coming back or experience comes back on defense. We got 6 dudes returning. Number 7 played a lot, so so we're comfortable with that on defense. Just like anything else, offensively, we are missing. We're taking a good hit, replacing Aaron Maruquin. He was big, and Angel at the running back spot. Mario, of course, throwing for 3,000 yards is big for us. But like in anything, you got to look at the bright side about everything. And everybody on the team has a year already understanding the program, because even though we were bringing those kids back, Mario had never, played for me, so he didn't know how we worked. So it took a while to get going in, and it was tough at the beginning because we didn't have those we couldn't afford a bad game early. Aaron Maruquin had never played, so it was a brand new group of kids coming in, and we're gonna do it all over again. But other than the experience, we got 2 quarterbacks that were backups, and they'll get some reps, and they got some reps last year, so it'll be fun. I'm excited. I love these challenges, and my kids have bought into that stuff, and we live for that. That's what football's all about. Getting challenged and stepping up.
You ready for those long trips to San Antonio?
Yeah. Yes. It won't be that bad. Look, we're looking at about 3.5, 4-hour drive. That's what it was from Laredo to Del Rio.
Yeah, so I used to travel 6 hours on one trip when I was in high school. So yeah, it's not that bad.
And when we played San Benito, that's the drive from Laredo. It's 2 hours just to get to Roma, and then from Roma to San Benito is a drive. So it might be something different or new for our kids, but luckily we have experience in that. I like it. It kind of clears their head and all the distractions on game days at school with all the pep rallies and all that stuff. So, it's okay. I'm excited.
Well, Coach, I appreciate you taking the time to sit down, talk. It's it's late in the evening. Your boys are playing Fortnite. They probably want to do stuff with you. But what's one thing that you're doing with your family right now that you can do?
Um, we my wife's a police officer for the school district. She's a sergeant, so she'll leave in the morning. She's got to work, so I'm in charge. We got a schedule with the boys, and they'll do their homework. They've been doing their Zoom meetings when they're school every day, and we'll do some workouts here in the backyard or whatever, just trying to keep them busy. And during their school times, I'll read a book. Always good to read. Um, and stuff like that. And then we'll do some movie nights with Netflix. We're running out of movies already. Netflix got to move on that. But yeah, we're very close with our boys, my wife and I, and it's been great on that aspect. Like I said, on certain nights I meet with the quarterbacks on Wednesday nights. That's why I was asking you that. What time did you want to meet? Because I meet with the quarterbacks, and Sundays it's with the coaches. So we kind of stay busy.
Well, I'll let you go so you can prepare for that stuff, and I really appreciate you taking the time to give us some insight into Rattler football.
Yes, and thank you for having me. It's awesome and good to see you. Take care.
Thank you. You too.
Bye bye.